when it came to the solid waste program over in the precinct, over in the Glen and Camelot, is Commissioner, people had talked about this item, and the Commissioner had some questions. I, being the trashy person that I am, I've been in the garbage business for 27 years, he asked for some thoughts and ideas. He went to Representative Barbara Gervin Hawkins and our good friend, State Senator Jose Menendez, who served on the council. And he made sure that we have, anybody who knows the state legislature, is you can't pass a bill, 1 out of every 10 bills gets passed. And I'll tell you, when the commissioner got on that item, he took care of it, made it happen. He got sheriff's office, he got public works, he had saws, he had CPS, everybody in the van in a matter of a couple of days. And today there's a successful program in the commissioner's precinct. And that's not an easy task. I mean, it is something that's very hard, but it was something that when he takes it to heart, he just doesn't talk about it, he makes it happen. And that's the kind of work that he does. I want to announce a few of the elected officials that are here. If you've signed up, Judge Stephanie Boyd from the 187th District Court, if you'll raise your hand. Thank you for being here. Judge Gloria Saldana, County Court at 9. Judge Rogelio Lopez, Justice of the Peace. Thank you, Judge. Byron Miller from the Edwards Aquifer. Where's Byron? There you are. Everybody there. Judge Helen Petrie Stone, County Court number 1. We got over here on our left. Thank you for being here. So the band's doing an outstanding job. We're here to now present some of the my commissioner's been very involved in obviously making these happen. And we have the Fields of Dover Park. Brian Jeffries.
Is he here? Anybody from Fields of Dover here?
Anybody from Fields of Dover to receive a check for $300,000? One once, one twice. All right, we'll get them. They'll be here in a bit. Must be stuck in traffic. Celebration 2021, benefiting the arts in San Antonio. Mary Birch.
Hey, Mary, good to see you.
San Antonio Museum of Arts.
Come on up here. Come on up here. Yeah.
Want to go on the other side?
Sure. We can do that. Y'all hold it here. Yeah. We'll do a little photo right. Why don't you tell them what we raise money for?
Okay.
Well, fundraising events in 2021 was pretty challenging, in 2020 for that matter. So when the San Antonio Museum of Art needed to have a fundraiser, we thought about, well, why don't we look to other nonprofits too, since we're all in this awful COVID situation together. So the San Antonio Museum of Art partnered with YOSA, the Public Theater of San Antonio, the San Antonio Chamber Choir, and Ballet San Antonio. And we were going to have a rip-roaring gala 2 weeks ago at the Tobin Center. And this wonderful man on our committee spoke up first and said, hey, let's get Bexar County to support this. And he stuck his neck out for all of us, all 5 organizations, and got $100,000 for our event. And this money supports all 5 nonprofit arts organizations. And you know, arts are kind of at the bottom of the list right now. But the arts are important. And so we are so grateful to you, Tommy, and happy birthday.
And give them a big round. Great artwork. We got to keep them going. Because that's part of what makes San Antonio a cultural city. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Mary. Next check for Bexar County Buffalo Soldiers Association in the amount of $400,000. Larry Carter. We're going to do a monument, Commissioner says. San Pedro Park.
Awesome.
behalf of the Bear County Buffalo Soldiers, I'd like to say thank you, Commissioner Calvert. This was his vision for this. He was our guest speaker at our historical marker ceremony in Table Spring Park a couple of months ago. And he sprung this idea on us about he had a vision about putting a statue there where the Buffalo Soldiers actually did their basic training in 1867. The first thing we said, oh, another politician joke. But he came through, and here's the check. All right. We thank you so much.
Thank you. Next on the list is Champions Sports Complex. Ken Lowe, $1.2 million.
Let's see if we get the other people here.
I think we got some other people from the gym. That's it. We got some other people here.
You want to explain where it is and
Yeah.
what
Okay. So the gym is located off of Joseph Lewis Drive. Most of you know Foster Road, the new HEB. The new HEB, Foster Road runs to the east of it, and Joe Lewis runs into it, and like tees into it. But there's a gym there, facility there. Gym that passed about 2 years ago. So JC was running the operation before then, and when he passed, obviously the state wanted to sell the gym. So this money will help pay for the gym as well as the parking lot and other facilities that need to be put in place in that area. So that's what it's needed for.
I just want to say that, Car East Bear County is growing tremendously. Out in that area, there's very little for families and youth to recreate. So as it grows, we got to start putting up some markers and letting those areas know we love them too. So thank you for your partnership in this, and we look forward to having you all at the ribbon cutting ceremony for that gym.
Real soon, we have the names of the napkin out here, Commissioner.
Yeah, you keep that. That's yours. Yeah.
Right.
Next is the Charles Williams African American Museum. Mr. Charles Williams.
He's actually in Michigan. He's in Michigan.
In Michigan.
Let me just say one quick thing about Brother Charles Williams. We all know he's a legend in our community. Charles Williams was the first African American on the State Barber College. He has created not just a Museum of African American History at Montana and Cherry Street, in an old church, Hackberry, in an old church. He's actually literally carved out the wood. He's a great craftsman, but it's for all cultures. It's a museum of history. And so we're very proud of the uplifting of the East Side. Many people have toiled in a long time of moments of light, moments of pride in the East Side are coming back, and Charles is a great part of that. He's with his daughter in Michigan right now, so we'll look forward to having him come and get ceremony, and I hope you all will come to the museum. It's a great place.
Next up is the Chess Foundation. Mari Rodriguez for a check in the amount of $125,000.
Let me add one to this. Mari Aguirre and Miss Popovich, of course, this is Greg Popovich's wife. His wife passed away from a respiratory disease, and they're looking to expand outreach to educate people because so many people don't know about these very, very difficult respiratory diseases. So the Chess Foundation has a special fund in Mrs. Popovich's honor. I think Coach Pop and their team have made a lot of contribution to our community. We're happy to support their work in the charity. So that's what this is doing.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next up, the City of Kirby. Monique Vernon, Councilman Mike Martin, Janisha Grider. Check in the amount of $300,000.
We can give you that. Come on, Monique. We got a camera right here. We're good. We'll give it to you. We won't let you be left out. You do a lot of great work. Great work. Here, you want to describe what the Allen Shepherd project?
Certainly. Good evening. This money is
is very well needed within the city of Kirby. Our streets are our main priority, which we need desperate help. And thank you so much to Commissioner Calvert to help us get the CDBG funds for our Alvin Shepherd project. So very much needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kirby's on the move, y'all. Get down to Kirby. There's a lot of good things. Monique and I go back to 14, 15 years old. Monique and I worked in the community. We did anti-tobacco work back in the day when the tobacco companies were targeting our community centers and our schools. And we actually, she was the president. You were the president, right?
I was, but I always knew you were going to be the elected official.
I was the president. I was the chief negotiator, I believe was my title. And we actually helped negotiate the model for the 40 United States Attorneys Generals when they settled with tobacco companies. So history right there in Monique, and she's now the city manager of Kirby. Great job, Monique. Thank you.
Thank you. Great community leaders, great city government work. Next up is Comanche Park. Joy McGee, Anita Franklin, for checking the amount of $1 million.
Actually, I have more than that coming to Comanche. We've got about $4 million coming your way. Because here, you can know that side. Comanche is one of the probably the second or third most utilized county park, and it needs a little love. So I don't know if I've told you this, Ms. Anita, but I'm going to take my county staff to Hardburger Park so I can look at all the really nice stuff over there and bring it to Comanche. Okay? So we're gonna upgrade a little bit. How about that?
Next up is Corazon Ministries, Gavin Rogers, for checking the amount of $50,000.
Let me just say a few words on his behalf. Reverend Gavin is a real institution in our community, and of course, Corazon Ministries is connected to Travis Park Church downtown, and they've opened a day center to help with folks experiencing homelessness. And so we know that we've had a big issue with homelessness increasing over this last year or two. But you're going to hear some positive highlights of how we're working together to tackle our homelessness issue, and Corazon is at the very forefront of helping people transition into housing. So thank you, Corazon Ministry.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next up is Crownwood Subdivision, Beverly Lee, checking the amount of $13,325,000.
Here, I'll let some of y'all come on this side. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Come on in, come on.
Come on, guys.
Got plenty of room over here. Yeah, we're friends.
Yes.
Beverly, you want to talk about the streets, huh? Yeah, I got it. Whoever wants to.
Okay, Crownwood is about 40 years old, and we have never had our streets redone. And they're in bad shape. Real bad shape. So bad that a lot of us have been having to get our book cart along. We talked to Tommy a couple of years ago. He came out, he went, looked all over, took a tour, listened to all of us complain, and said we got to do something about it. And so we thank you. On behalf of all the residents of Crownwood, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next up is Emergency Service District number 11, traffic signal for Gulf Shore Boulevard extension, for checking the amount of $250,000.
Yeah, what? Hey, you need. Sir, you need some. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Oh, I'm so happy to go to Doug, brother. John, you want to tell them about what we're doing over at the ESD? Yeah.
Hi folks, I'm John True, the president of the ESD 11. We 2 years ago opened a fire station on Ben Zingelman and Texas Fall Drive. At the end of that project, we now have 20 full-time firefighters and a full apparatus, and we're about to break ground on our second station. This station is going to be on Walsham next to Congressional. It'll be 13,000 square feet, about $7 million. It will also have a ladder truck that will reach 110 feet. Because if you're all familiar with Walsham and 78, there are 2 new apartment complexes going there. So thanks to Tommy, and I can tell you a secret, this is just an hamster. He's helped us a ton. So thank you.
Let me just thank these volunteers in the emergency services districts. In unincorporated Bexar County, it's not like the city of San Antonio, we got a fire department. There are leaders in our community who volunteer to manage the fire and EMS service in a growing part. The most densely populated unincorporated area is in these ESD districts. And they have come together, they've merged talents and teams and grown. When we first came, we faced a potential zero out of some of our emergency services districts, and everybody got together and they decided to work together, and now we're moving forward, new stations, new revenue, new staff, benefits, and that's really important to the long-term future of our family. So thank you for your service. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, we're celebrating you too. It's your first birthday.
Well, it's actually, we were a service district, now we are a designated fire department.
Right on.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate it.
Thank you to our first responders. Next up is Free Texas. Leonora Walker, the checking amount of $50,000.
Here, let's do one more. Let's
do one more with everybody.
You got to give a little testimony. You all heard, some of you came out to the Thompson and the Arts Residence and heard Leonora, but some of her scholars have moved on to do great things, and I want to hear from them too. Tell us a little bit about what we're doing in Free Texas.
Yes, my name is Leonora Walker. I'm the CEO and founder of FREED. FREED stands for Finish Your Citizen Through Education, Employment, and Divinity. It's a holistic approach helping our formerly incarcerated, we call scholars. And as you see, we have some of the scholars standing here today. We had 9 that completed our 9-week Turning Point class, where they were given $15, laptops, cell phones, learning educational resources, and a way that's conducive to love, encouragement, and also the power of education. So we'll give it real quick to one of our scholars. Why don't we have Christopher say a word, and we'll have Robert say a word about Free Texas. This is our alumni group.
Hello, nice to meet you. Freed, it means finish your civilism through education, employment, and divinity. And it's about, it teaches us life skills, how to mentor ourselves as well as others. Due to this program, I have now started pursuing my degree in psychology, as well as starting to take classes at a life coach aspect. So this program, this money will be utilized for benefit to stop recidivism in the system. Thank you all.
I believe everybody deserves a second chance. Free Texas definitely deserves that second chance. Scholarship that we get from that institution. I'm going to pursue my license and work for our parents. So I just want to say thank you, Leonora and Tommy, once again for all they've done. I've just been blessed with everything that Free Texas has offered.
From the Judson Independent School District Board, a brilliant mind. Why don't you say a little bit to the crowd? Drive. You do great work out there.
Well, this is all about you, Tony, so I won't say too much. But I will say, the reason I say that is because I've never met an individual who is passionate about helping this community as Tommy Calvert. And I've been in this business now for 11 years. This guy is consistently there for our community. So I will always support you, just know that. But the fight to end poverty is a very real one, and we certainly need to come together to make sure that we find a way to break that cycle. And Free Texas is doing its part to make sure to set people on the right trajectory. So congratulations, Leonora. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. To the Greater Randolph Area Services Program, for check in the amount of $20,000. Jay Higginson.
The Greater Randolph Area Services Program, otherwise known as GRASS, is a multifaceted social service program located on the south edge of Converse, which just keeps growing and growing and growing. And we really appreciate celebrating this birthday of one of our youngest commissioners that has done so much for us. But we provide basic safety net services. We have never closed during the pandemic era, as providing rent, utility assistance, homebound deals. Over 15,000 homebound deals went to elderly people trying to stay safe at home. And we just keep doing what we're doing, and the population just keeps growing, so we're not all at risk of wondering where our tomorrow is going to be. And with people like Tommy, then we are more secure where we are to reach out and serve that population. So we're just so thankful. Bless your heart.
Thank you, Grass. Next up is Greeny's Urban Farm. We're checking the amount of $11,100,000. Elvis Speller, Angie McGinnis, and David Rodriguez.
The Texas State and Afterlife Extension Service is so excited to call the Greeny's Urban Farm our new home and bring education to the people. We can't wait to harvest fresh vegetables for the community in the very near future. Thank you so much to Commissioner Calvert and the entire Bexar County Commissioners Court.
Fresh vegetables. We gave out 10,800 pounds of food during the pandemic in super greens, kale, and cauliflower, and all kinds of great stuff. So a lot more coming.
Thank you. Next up is the Housing First Community Coalition for checking the amount of $4 million. Mark Whitty.
You want to tell them what you're doing over there?
Does anybody here experience Town Twin Outdoor Theater years ago on the east side?
Yeah.
Well, that's where our Town Twin Village is going to be. 17.4 acres. We're going to house approximately 205 people who have been chronically homeless, 50 and older. We will have wraparound services, mental health, physical health, dentistry, hospitality center, community center. We're modeling a large extent out of the Community First Village in Austin. If you ever go to Austin, you want to see best in class or world class, that's what's there. It'll be the first of its kind in San Antonio. Years ago, the mayor hired a consultant out of California to come down and look at our homeless, and we said that San Antonio was the largest city in the nation that didn't have a common site. So some people were able to get an apartment and through Housing First, and they went in there and they thought they died and looked at heaven because they had a door that locked, and air conditioning, had a bed, had a bathroom, had a shower. But 6 months later, many of them weren't there anymore because loneliness pulled them out of there. So that's where Common Site deals with that issue. So community is a special sauce. This wouldn't be possible without Calvert and the county commissioners. Thank you.
Great work out there. So many people have felt the challenge of those experiencing homelessness. Mark Whitting has stepped up to the plate in a way that basically nobody has. Off of Dietrich Road, right next to the Eastside Training and Information Center, we're going to have our seniors who are experiencing homelessness have dignity again. 205. Give them a big round of applause. Go buy some furniture for them, too.
Thank you, Mark. San Antonio Juneteenth Association. Byron and Monica Miller, $3,273.
We got to do better than that. We've got Juneteenth, the national holiday. This man's been working in the business for decades. Dreams are coming true, and I think Juneteenth is going to get even bigger in the years to come. And I know our commissioner of Juneteenth has a vision. I'll let him tell you about it in just a second, but we'll take a photo and I'm going to turn this over to you.
We have the San Antonio Juneteenth Commission. First of all, I want to thank you, Tom, for all that you've done. Great County Commissioners. Because over the years, they've been very supportive. And without that support, we cannot make this happen. Normally, it's been a free event out at the Nature Park, and a lot of folks have been able to do extremely well as a result. The 19th of June is a uniquely Texas holiday. But it's celebrated all over the world. And so as Tommy mentioned, obviously we went from being a state holiday to a national holiday. And so there's a lot to be excited about, but with that, it's a day in which we would help to try and raise the level of consciousness among people to understand that we can have differences, but we also have conflict resolution. And so with that said, we just continue to work hard for everyone to celebrate and to understand that it's a good thing. Thank you.
I just want to let you know, I'm looking forward to the day that I can give you Tubmans, not just Benjamins, but give you some Tubmans for contributions. Y'all hear me talking? We're going to get the Harriet Tubman on the bill tonight. All right.
Thank you. Next up is Karma Youth Empowered for a check in the amount of $33,000. Ron Hayes.
They're coming in right now. Come on up, Ron.
Come on down, Ron. It is something, the commissioner's birthday, and here he is handing out checks to the community, doing his work and being with everybody.
Let you tell them what you do over there.
Well, we service the community of the southeast side of San Antonio, and we've been blessed to have a gymnasium. But it was opened in 1973, so you can imagine how, it was. This could really help us bring it up today. And we really appreciate Calvert for being an outgoing for our kids. Thank you.
These folks are saints. I hope you support them. Karma Youth Empowerment. Thank you for what you do. Thank you.
Next up, Musha Temple, number 106, Noble Farmer for a check in the amount of $2,500.
All right.
Thank you for all you do, for your service. Appreciate you. Whatever you okay.
Now you told me which one to click.
We can certainly give you
Look, I'm taking pictures of myself.
Sure. Yeah,
First one, we're happy birthday to our great commissioner. We are moving to Temple 106, Mrs. Schreiner, here in San Antonio, and we are celebrating 100 years of service to the San Antonio community. I want to thank the Barrett County Commissioner's Court for this assistance that goes back to the community. Scholarships, programs with exams, trying mentors, also to help out getting people out to register and vote, educate them on voting, and a lot of other things. So we want to thank you all, thank you, sir, and I hope we're looking forward to come to our to the gala on the 16th.
Thank you for everything you do. Next up, the NAACP, Gregory Hudson, Victoria Lewis Sherfield, for a check in the amount of $25,000.
Okay, there's our photographer right there. Dr. Hudson, would you got a word to tell us a little bit what you're working on?
First thing I'd like to do is wish the Commissioner a very happy birthday, and we appreciate the gift from the Commissioner and the County Court. The NAACP is a civil rights organization, and one of the things we're doing this year, we do it every year, so we have our Freedom Fund activity. This is part of that. We're able to expand rights to people. We deal with voting rights. We deal with housing. We deal with economic development. We deal with all of the issues that individuals are facing in which they're unable to do the things that they need to do in order to improve their lives. We're hoping that we can be that change agent. And with the Commissioner, and with his support, and with Commissioner's Court support, we can do a lot of things. And so, Tony, thank you very much for all that you do. Every now and then, you know, it's his birthday, but I keep looking for the halo, because he has been an angel. And so, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, Northeast Senior Assistants, Pat Ogle, for checking the amount of $15,000. While we're waiting, we'll also announce we've had some other elected officials join us. Barrett County Probate Court 2, Judge Veronica Vasquez. Representative Senator Ron McGillis and Deborah Spence. And here we go, way back to the program.
Thank you, Connie, and happy birthday. This is a huge surprise. When the pandemic hit, we lost a lot of donations and fundraising, but the need for seniors to get to their doctor appointments never decreased, and we've been at it for 38 years. So thank you for showing seniors that they're special. And
as I say, I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. I got the newsletter on my refrigerator, so I know how to find it. And we're going to
Thank you. Next up, Ray Feo Scholarship Foundation, Jonathan Delmer, for checking the amount of $30,000. I also see Augie Cortez over Ray Feo.
Okay, I'm going to stay in touch. I'm proud of you.
Also my neighbor, he cleans up pretty well there.
What a wonderful. Wow.
First of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to Tom. Thank you so much for all that you do for everybody, not just all that you do. Thank you so much for what you've done. Our commitment to the students annual is $2,000 a year per student for 4 years. So this is going to help us reload our scholarship funds, because we've obviously missed a couple of fiestas this year. So we're very humbled and thankful for everything that Tommy's done to help us get through this. Thank you. Plus, you're an awesome teammate, man.
Thank you to Rafael. We get back to having a real fiesta.
Yeah, it's about time.
Next up is the Sierra Sunset Emmanuel Martinez for a check in the amount of $9,100,000. Wow.
All right.
Just want to thank Tommy. We met him about 3 years ago, and if anybody's been on the east side, Foster and 10, there's a road called Sierra Sunset. And if you're on that road, it's like you're at Fiesta, Texas. And if he didn't believe me, I took him on the drive. And, yeah, no big coffee. But he's been phenomenal for the community, for everything he's done for us. And we really look forward to working with him on other projects. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Next up is the Texas Kidney Foundation, Tiffany Jones Smith. Check in the amount of $50,000. In a group of. All right.
Wow. They're all done. Can you please it's about as close as we can get.
And this is the first step in us screening one of the largest public health initiatives that the country has. Right here in their county, my friend, will be the leader of that. And I just want to thank
And they have Herbosi
and for the people that crown.
Hennessy, I figured even it's not the Hennessy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Kidney Foundation, thank you all so much for what you do. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. The Fields of Dover Park, Brian Jeffries, for a check in the amount of $300,000.
Wow. Really cool cherries.
We're going to. Just real quick, I'd like to fulfill Homewood's president. We've been working with Tommy for the last 4 years to get us money to develop our parks. We appreciate it. Thank you, Tommy, for coming. What's waiting on me?
Come on now. Am I here? Do we have the Just Foundation check somewhere? Okay. Well, thank you all so much for coming. Come on in. We'll take a little photo now.
Literally, our Kirby Street is
Yep. Ours are in bad shape.
Wow. Wow. He has done so much.
I was just saying, what a passionate man he is for the community. And I started meeting last night with him because I'm a president of a HOA. So he was meeting with all the HOA, all the presidents. And he was basically talking about all he's done with the funded. And I said, well, we really funded that money for the
Thank you for the lead is up next, Matt Brown, Riley Robinson, for a check in the amount of $41,187. $41,187,000. Wow.
And we know that. We know that because he brought through the mystery.
Thank you very much for coming.
And we didn't do
I don't know if Matt's here yet, but Councilman Brown was going to be here. He's a little under the weather, so say a little pray for him. Several years ago, we had a pretty victory about a leak between the San Antonio River and San Pedro Creek. And so we're going to be creating a new river walk from the San Antonio River to San Pedro Creek. It'll go across Sabin Street by the library, by where Henry Cisneros' office used to be. It will have the largest project in the history of the downtown. It'll be right near our place, actually. You will actually have a bridge that you drive over on Main Street where you see water beneath you. The Commissioners Court allocated $41 million, and we're looking forward to the city allocating some money in its 2022 bond. It's environmental restoration for downtown. We hope to have lots of art, modern art, and all kinds of art. And the engineer and I have the same idea on the day. We said since San Pedro is named after St. Peter, we should have a picture a sculpture of St. Peter by San Pedro Park in the Lake. And since the San Antonio River is named after St. Anthony, we'll have a sculpture of St. Anthony there. But in the middle, we'll put a sculpture of Jesus as the link between the two. That's what we'll do.
Thank you.
Make sure I don't mess it up on you.
It's absolutely amazing. This is going to happen for our city. It is going to be something free and open to everyone.
Yay!
I just can't thank you enough. I played a very small part in the work that's done here. I represent an immense group of stakeholders who worked tirelessly for years to get this project done. So please stay tuned and happy birthday.
Contributing for years. I lost a kid. So I'm operating with one.
Wow. First of all, I'd like to thank you.
I've lost 12 families. Mine was connected with and I looked happy.
It's a great work out there. Thank you so much. Say hi to everybody.
University Health System, Ira Smith.
I'll come to you, buddy.
So we're checking the amount of $11,570,625. UHS.
Yes, ma'am. Thank God. Yeah. That drive to the medical center.
As you know, Ira Smith has been working as the Vice President of the University Health System Board of Directors, and he has delivered many projects for Precinct 4, the Dr. Robert Hilliard Clinic, which was historic, and now the new hospital in Selma, Texas, on the grounds of Retama Park. We bought 41 acres for a new hospital in Selma. Tell us about it.
We have worked very hard with you, and by the way, happy birthday to you, young man. What we want to do is the drawing, the architects and the engineers on the drawing board to look at this. We haven't come up with a proposal yet, but this is the impetus is to provide health services on the north of Ireland, this border area, I-35. We have people who live out there who we didn't want them to have to drive all the way out to Duncan Drive to get to the hospital.
Yep.
So we put our sources together, our resources together, working through Commission and Commissioner Court and my colleagues to come up with a plan to buy Retama Park land and then move on.
forward to the announcement.
Great service. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much. Can we get ours together? Thank you so much. I'm going to let you keep this. You deserve it. He pulled those folks on that university system board. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Aaron. Next up is the Youth Orchestras of San Antonio for checking the amount of $10,000. Ben Hackett. Back again.
So Joseph changes kids' lives through music. We bring kids from all backgrounds from around America together to play music so they can learn, grow, and thrive. This money is going to help us on our mission to remove all barriers to music education so that any kid who gets their spark from playing an instrument will participate in our programs and reach their true potential. Thank you, Tom, so much.
Next up, the Wood Lake Golf Course Park for checking the amount of $10 million. Monica Miller, Terry McClinton.
All the way down to 7. Yeah. Because the last one is 6 and 7.
So for years, the good people in the Northeast Fair County have been letting me know that there just isn't enough county park land, and they're right. The county hadn't built a park in an awfully long time. A lot of families in the Northeast area. And so we're going to use this $10 million to purchase land around the old Wood Lake Golf Course and to build a county park.
Yes! All right!
We just want to thank Tommy, first of all, wish him a happy birthday and thank him for this check. That area really is in need.
Yes.
Really is in need of area for children, for young people, for our seniors, and this will enable some things to be done to be able to address those needs.
Yes.
We'd like to thank Tommy for this. I just say ditto to what he has said. This in much need in our area, in our community, and we do thank you.
Yes.
Not only do we want to say happy birthday to Tommy, but we want to thank him for all of his efforts in our community. He's been instrumental in a lot of things that's gone on the northwest side of town, and we are glad to have him as our community. Thank you, Tommy.
Look at all this one, this great organizations you put out. Commissioner's been working very hard. He's here.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. Without further ado, I think, look at all these great organizations and all this good money going out to the community. The next person I introduce is a man who was a council member, and he hasn't aged a bit, but 1987 became state rep, and now he's also my state senator. He's passed more than 200 bills, been recognized by CLEAT, been recognized for his legislator of the year by MAD. He's just awesome. I think what a great elected officials, great public servants. You couldn't ask for anything better. What a way to celebrate Commissioner's birthday. This isn't the only time he does this. He does this every year. And thanks to the help of Senator Menendez.
Thank you, Rudy. Hey, buenas tardes todos. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me back in the back? Hey, so let's give Rudy a round of applause for all the hard work that he's doing. I think he earned half a paycheck tonight. But more importantly, I want us all to stop, because we wouldn't have this event tonight without the next person I want us to give a round of applause. And that is to the amazing and the wonderful Val Calvert. Let's give her a round of applause. Without her, we don't have Tommy Calvert. She's the one, you're the one that made it all happen. All of the insight, the knowledge, the direction, everything. I've had many, many meals with your son. Let me tell you, never does a meal go by without him giving you credit. He's a good man, he's a wonderful man, and so I admire him greatly. Look, folks, what a brilliant guy that on his birthday he gets us here to give away a lot of money to a lot of people. This guy's smart. I mean, taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'll tell you something, folks. We need more Tommy Calverts in San Antonio. We need more Tommy Calverts in Greene County. We need more Tommy Calverts in the state of Texas. And we need them in the White House someday. I tell you, Tommy is a selfless individual who's got vision. Anybody can get elected to any office. And I know we have a lot of judges out here. And if you want, bring me your little signature things. I'll sign your deal. I hope you get reelected. I want you to get reelected. But I'll tell you something. It's a totally different thing to win an election and to have a vision. And Tommy Calvert Jr. has vision. He has vision for the long run. And that's why I'm here tonight. I'm here because it's important to me that we keep Tommy Calvert Jr. in the leadership position that he is, and that we groom him for future leadership positions. He's a leader among leaders, and so it is an honor and a privilege for me to be here tonight, not only to wish him happy birthday, not only to thank you for coming to support him, but to encourage you to go get others to get behind the vision that Tommy Calvert Jr. has. I'm honored to call him a colleague, but I'm even more honored to call him a friend. Tommy Calvert Jr.
He's working so hard for you in that state legislature. You do better than that. Give him a big round. Listen, tonight, Senator, I'm not going to give a big political speech because the political work has already been done. You have seen the work that we've labored together. And I came to thank Mom and Dad. Thank y'all for getting together. I hit the jackpot when I got parents. Dad is doing okay. I had to take him to the hospital today to get checked up on some things. I do believe he's being released shortly. He wishes he could be here tonight. He wanted to read those checks. But I know that the vision and the hard work that Mom and Dad both put in is absolutely everything manifest with all the projects that you brought here tonight. I have to give Mom and Dad the credit for all the things you've done, all the sacrifices, all the sleepless nights, the gray hairs, all that kind of stuff. Senator, thank you very much for being here tonight and celebrating 41. I've appreciated your leadership in Texas, and we want to see you do more things in the political arena. I mean, I have a little bit of vision for. I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but we'd love to see great things for Senator Menendez coming in the future, and we'll work to make that happen. Listen, every 4 years, the people of Bexar County get to choose their best and brightest to represent all of us in Precinct 4. I have come with a servant's heart to listen to the issues and do, frankly, what you need me to do on the ground and the court. None of this tonight would have been possible without the pioneering people of Precinct 4, who have raised me from the time that I was a kid and still raise me today, and who I am grateful for you planting the seeds of how we've moved these projects together. We have done this together. We are continuing to move this community together. So, with that, I think we have Deb Soul about to get the band. Oh, let me acknowledge Brother Webb. We have lost a giant in Councilman Joe Webb. Brother Webb and family, we salute you. We love you. Thank you for sharing your dad. When I think about strong leadership at City Council and Commissioners Court, I think about your father. Joe Webb was the icon. He set the mold for what I do. He's the kind of guy who said, this is the way we're going to do things. There are some people in this audience tonight who know that staff may have said they wanted to do one thing, but you elect leadership to do what you want to do, and I got that from watching Joe Webb. So give Joe Webb another big round of applause. He's in heaven as our guardian angel looking on us. All right, that's all. I think we got a party. Oh, Mom wants to do something. Okay, what's going on, Mom? Here, Mom.
Okay. Tommy thought the party was going to be earlier, but the party starts now. So, let's all sing happy birthday to Tommy, and we don't want to be happy birthday. We want to give you one upbeat birthday. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tommy. Happy birthday to you. Strawberry shortcake.
That's good.
I'm going to get one right here. Gotta go to
Daddy?
going to work. I did that last night too. I feel like brother should work. Be in touch. Yeah.